Hey guys, what's going on? Ray here with Digital Footprint Solutions, your number one web design agency here in Fort Lauderdale. All right, so in today's tutorial, what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through how to set up a Facebook ads campaign for your business. Now, the question that you might be asking is, why do I need a Facebook ad? I can easily post my business online and people will see it. Well, here's a fun fact for you guys. Not everyone that's on your friends list sees your post. According to Facebook, maybe only 10% of who's on your list as friends actually sees that post. Now, here's another thing. Of those 10% that sees your ad, not everyone might be interested in what you have to sell. So, by creating a Facebook ads campaign, it allows you to focus on people who are relevant to your business, who wants your services. So I'm going to show you exactly how to set that up in this tutorial. All right, so for the sake of this video, I'm going to assume that you already have a Facebook business page. You can only run a Facebook ad if you already have a Facebook business page because you're going to need that ad to link back to that Facebook page. If you do not have a Facebook page, guys, then you can go ahead and create one. And to create a Facebook business page, all you need to do is go up here to the top right hand corner, click on those little dots right there, click on page, and you can go ahead and create a Facebook page. It takes 5 minutes or less. So you can go ahead and do that. All right, so let's get started. Now, the first thing we want to do is, again, we want to head back up to this little menu right here. We're going to right click, or left click, sorry. And then we're going to scroll all the way down to where it says ads. Now, you might see something a little bit different. So what I needed to do, if you're seeing something totally different from what I have here, then just head up to the Facebook URL right here. Everything to the right of facebook.com, just delete that, and then slash ads manager. Once you do that, it will bring up the same screen that I have here. All right, so this is basically the back end of Facebook, and this is where Facebook makes their killing. They don't make money from you guys posting on Facebook. They make their money from this section, this platform, or this interface right here. Now, this might be a little bit intimidating, maybe not, I don't know. But if it is, please don't feel intimidated by it. It's a lot simpler and easier than you think. All right, so before we get into the nitty-gritty of creating an ads campaign, let me just walk you through some of these sections. Now, there's a hierarchy that Facebook follows when creating a Facebook campaign. And the first thing we want to do is we want to go to the campaign section. So this is the campaigns tab of Facebook before creating the ad. Then we have the ad set section. Now the ad set section is pretty much where you're going to do your targeting. This is where you're going to select your location. This is where you're going to select how much money you're going to spend on a daily basis. And over to the right, we have the ads section. So the ads section is basically where we create the ad that your users are going to see. And once they get into it, you'll see how easy it is to get to. So we have the campaigns level, we have the ad set level, and then we have the ads level. Now you'll notice to your left that we have a few other options right here. This is basically where it's going to take you to the business homepage. So if we go ahead and click on that, you don't have to do this, but it's just for demonstration purposes. So if I click on business home, it's going to take you to this page right here. All right. So again, this is nothing for you to concern yourself about at this point in time. So I'm just gonna go back to the ads platform, and then below that we have where we have these three lines right here, and it says all tools. So we're going to click on that, and this is pretty much where you can get to your ads manager, business setting, account setting, billing, audiences, and events manager. Now, before we get any further, guys, you're going to need to set up your billing with Facebook by entering your credit card information. So we're going to click on billing. And once we click on billing, then we can go to payment settings up here. And then of course you can go ahead and add your payment method right there. So once you've completed adding your credit card information or your debit card information, we can just click on these three lines right here and head back to the ads manager section. So let's go ahead and create an ad for our business. Now, again, I just noticed something, guys, that I don't believe I have a business page attached to my personal account right here. So I'm just going to switch over to my ads agency and work from within this account. Now, for those who do not miss a beat and is seeing brand awareness up here and wondering why it's not on your dashboard, this is because I've filtered out, as you can see right there, I've filtered out my client's information so we can maintain that client confidentiality once when doing this video. Now let's go ahead and create a campaign because that's what you're here for. All right, so let's go up to the top right here where we see this green tab and let's go ahead and click on it. Now we click on it, we're going to see a little modal pop up, and within the modal we're going to see three different objectives. The objective that we're going to focus on today is going to be traffic. We're not going to focus on these other objectives at the moment because it's not relevant to our tutorial. So we have traffic right there. The only other objective that I'm going to focus on or make mention of is lead generation. So lead generation and traffic are the two main objectives that a business usually uses. Then we also have convergence. That's basically for a more advanced campaign. So we're not going to focus on convergence over to the right. We're just going to focus on traffic. But I'm going to mention what lead generation is. So have you ever been on Facebook and you click on an ad that says learn more? Once you click on that ad, you'll see a form pops up that asks you to enter your name, email, and maybe your phone number. That's pretty much what lead generation is. It allows you to gather customers' information on Facebook without them leaving Facebook at the moment. So that's pretty much what the lead generation objective is. Right now, let's go ahead and focus on traffic. So we're going to click on continue. And now we're in the campaign section of that hierarchy. So here we can go ahead and create the name for the campaign. So I'm just going to put drive traffic to website. Cannot spell. Drive traffic to website. You can name it whatever you want to name it. That's perfectly fine. Doesn't matter. It's just for your reference. We're going to skip on special ads category. We're going to skip on buying type, auction. We have the campaign objective, which is already selected as traffic. We're going to skip on A/B testing because we're not going to test another campaign alongside this campaign to see which one is performing better. We're not going to do that at this point. And as for the campaign budget, we're going to set that at the ad set level. We're not going to set that at the campaign level. We're going to set it at the ad set level. So everything that we have here is pretty straightforward. We're just going to click on next. Now we're in the second phase or the second level of that hierarchy, which is the ad set level. Now, as for the ad set name, you can choose whatever name you want to choose here. So for example, if you're only going to target male or female between the ages of 25 to 65 or 25 to 45, then you can go ahead and set male only, 25 to, did I say 55 or 45? 25 to 45 age group. So you're very descriptive in your ad set name. So once you look at it, you say, okay, I'm only targeting males between the ages of 25 to 45, and that's my ad set group. For right now, I'm just gonna leave it as default. I'm just gonna leave it as default. So again, you can set whatever name you want. Now, as for the traffic area, we're just going to drive traffic to website. If you do have an app, you can drive traffic to your app. If you rather use Messenger, we can drive traffic to Messenger, and we can also drive traffic to WhatsApp. But we're just going to choose on website. Now, moving further down the list, we have dynamic creative. We're just going to skip on that. We do not have anything to offer at the moment, so we're just going to leave that as is. And then we're going to look at daily budget. So the daily budget is where you're going to tell Facebook how much you're willing to spend on a daily basis. Whether it's $5, $10, $20, you're going to tell Facebook this is how much I'm willing to spend. Now, if we look at the drop down, you'll see where it says lifetime budget. So, lifetime budget is where you can determine how much you want to spend throughout a lifetime of the campaign. So, you can have a start date of, let's say, the 21st, which is a Monday, and we can have it ending on the 31st. So, within this time period, Facebook can only spend up to $350. Now, it's not going to be broken down evenly on a day to day basis, but on an average, at the end of the period of your campaign, Facebook is only going to spend $350 of your budget. For the purpose of this video, we're just going to stick to daily budget because it's simpler, it's easier, and I prefer daily budget versus lifetime budget. Lifetime budget is used primarily if you're doing an event. So if an event is coming up and it's going to end on the 31st, then you don't need your ads to be running the following day. So for right now, we're just going to stick to daily budget, and I'm going to choose $5. All right, now let me take this out because I don't need that. And scrolling down, we are now at audience section. Now this is where the fun begins. So here we have two tabs right here, or two options. We have create new audience and we have saved audience. Since at the moment we do not have a saved audience, we're just going to select on create new audience. Inside here we have where it says custom audience. Now again, this is where it's a little bit more on the advanced stage, so we're not going to touch on this right now, but we're going to go to location. Now remember, I said initially, if you have a brick and mortar business, choosing your location is ideal, because with a brick and mortar business, let's say in Fort Lauderdale, you don't need the entire United States to be seeing your ad. And if we look over here to the right, you see a potential reach of 260 million people. We don't need that. So in the location section, we're going to click on edit, and we're just going to click right there. This is going to bring up your map of the United States. Before we go here, we're just going to click on this little drop down right here, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4 options. So we have people living in or recently in this location. People living in or recently in this location. We don't need that. We need for people living in this location, because we can have people who are visiting from out of state and it's not relevant to us, right? So we want to find people who are living in the location, within this location. So we're going to choose that. And then as for the United States here, we're just going to choose your city. So let's say you're in Fort Lauderdale. Then you can go ahead and choose Fort, and it actually auto populates for you. I guess not. LAUDR, Fort Lauderdale, Florida, United States. Again, you can now, let me scroll down. All right. Here we can set the radius of how much of your reach. So here we see the highlighted radius of your reach, which is 20 within the 25 miles. We can actually adjust that more or less. So we can say down to 10 miles, 10 miles radius. Another thing we can do, we can add surrounding areas. So let's say you want to do West Palm Beach. So we can do West Palm, click on that, and we can also adjust the radius of your reach. Within Fort Lauderdale, let's say you want to do a zip code. So let me actually get rid of these. So I'm showing you different options. So let's say you're in the 330 33306 zip code. Then we can do 33306 zip code. And we're only going to target people within this area. You can also add more zip codes. So let's say 33068. So now you're targeting people both in the 33068 and the 33306 zip code. So again, guys, you can target people within a specific location, either by city, location, or you can even do it by county. I believe you can. Let me see, because Facebook has changed a few things recently. So let me see, Broward County. All right, so we can also do it by the county, and you'll be fine. So you can be very specific as to who sees your ad in what location. For the purpose of this video, I think I've said that maybe a dozen times already. I'm just going to focus on Fort Lauderdale. But you get the main idea. You can add multiple cities within the area. You can mix and match between adding the city and adding the zip code. So for right now, we're just going to do Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And be a little bit more specific. So we're going to go down to a 10-mile radius. All right. Now we're going to look at the age. So who wants your product or services? What age group normally buys your product or services? That's something you need to look at. If your product or services is geared towards ages 25 to say 47 or 50, then right here we can click on edit, and we can also change it. So we're going to do 25 to 47. So people of age 25 to 47 are going to be the ones seeing your ads. And this is determined because whenever you create a Facebook account, of course, Facebook asks you for your name, your telephone number, your email address, your location, your age, which is your date of birth, and so forth. So Facebook goes by that information, which is going to help in targeting your ad campaign. Now, gender. Typically, I like to leave gender as all genders, male and female. But if you're more specific and your product or service is more geared towards men or it's more geared towards women, then you can go ahead and choose men or women. For the sake of this video, again, I'm going to choose all. All right. So you can see, guys, how targeted your ad is going to be here. Now, remember when we just started, when we had United States and so forth, your potential reach was over 260 million people, right? We're now down to 620,000 people. So again, we're getting very laser focused on who sees our ads. All right, let's continue down. All right, so demographics. So this is now where you have to do your research and know exactly who needs to see your ad. So we're going to go to detailed targeting right there. Now you have to determine who is your ideal customer. Who do you want to see your ad? So let's use my company for example. We are a web design and marketing company. Our ideal customers are business owners, people who are already established, or people who are looking to get into business and needs that online presence. So one of the first things that I'm going to do is come to my detailed targeting here, and I'm going to type business owners or business owner. And I can't spell. All right, so once I type business owner, Facebook is going to give me some suggestions here. So we have business owner, employer. And if we look over here in this little box to the right, you'll see the size of that audience, which is only 3,399. If we come down, we have business owner, which is interest. So people who are interested in being a business owner. So that could be a potential target audience for me. And that is saying 23,577,000. Now, the 23,577,000 is not within Fort Lauderdale. It's basically throughout the United States. People who have identified themselves or has interest in being a business owner. So let me go ahead and click on that. All right, so Facebook is saying ad set may get 0 clicks based on how you've set up your ad set. You may not get any clicks. To fix this, consider making changes to your ad set before publishing. That's fine. That can happen. So let's go ahead and go to suggestions right there. And we're going to do small business owners. So that's the behavior. So we're going to do small business owners right there. Our reach has gone up to 32,000. Let's do entrepreneurship. All right, so now we're at 220,000 people and our message is no longer there anymore. So our ad is getting a little bit more focused and detailed. So here we have 220,000 people within the ages of 25 to 47 who lives in Fort Lauderdale within a 10-mile radius that may require our service. All right, so remember I said that we are a website and digital marketing company. Our primary customers are business owners. Now let's focus on people who are looking to purchase a website or looking to build a website. So we can go down here to narrow audience. And here we have to think about it a little bit deeper. People who are building a website, where do they normally go? First, they're going to go to a website hosting company like Wix. So we can type Wix. Oops, where is it? We can type Wix. So we're targeting people who have been on Wix website. People, not employers. Nope, don't need them. So let's go to Wix again and interest or Wix.com. So we are targeting people who have been on Wix website who are interested in building a website. And again, our total reach went down to 9,900. Now, here's where we can play around with it because we can actually go back up to our ages and we can actually select a broader range. So let's say 20, let's say 47, and let's go all the way up to say 57. Our reach has increased just a little bit. Let's see again, we can also adjust the location. And instead of a 10-mile radius, we can do, let's say, a 20-mile radius. All right, now our reach has gone back up to 22,000, which is fine. All right, so we can target Wix.com. We can also look at other suggestions, Shopify. We can do WooCommerce, so that's an e-commerce business, e-commerce right there. We can do drop shipping, and there are many other options that we can choose here. WordPress, and here we are all the way up to 320,000. So again, let me break it down to you. All right, so we start here with targeting people in Fort Lauderdale within a 20-mile radius of our business. Then we can target our age group. So our ideal age group is people ranging from 25 to let's say 57. I've chosen all as my gender. And as for my detailed target section, I'm choosing small business owners. We're choosing people who are interested in being a business owner. We're targeting people who are interested in being an entrepreneur. And to get even more narrow, these people up here, or this target list up here, also has to be identified with people who are interested in dropshipping, e-commerce, Shopify, Wix, WooCommerce. So what Facebook is actually doing, or what you're actually telling Facebook, is this: with this set of audience, we also need to match them with this list right here. And that is going to give you your target audience. And again, it's simple, it's not that difficult. Once you do it a few times, you'll get the hang of it. All right, so let's continue downwards. All right, so we have done with setting up our audience. And now we can go ahead and save our audience here. So here we're going to save our audience and say audience group 25 to 57 in Fort Lauderdale. And if you want to put within a 10-mile radius, that's fine. I'm not spelling Fort Lauderdale correctly. Lauderdale. And we can go ahead and save it. And I still didn't save it. I still didn't spell it correctly, did I? So, all right, so L-U-A. Nope, that's not what I want. So let's go ahead and edit. And it's going to be Lauderdale. All right. Let it not be said that I cannot spell properly. All right, so my audience is now saved as a saved audience. So if you're interested in doing another ad campaign, instead of doing create new audience, you can just simply go to this area right here and say used save audience. So remember initially when we started, there was no option right here to select from. Well, now we do. All right, so let's continue downwards. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to click on next. And now we're in the ads section. And here again, you can choose a name, whatever you want. I'm just going to leave mine as new ad. And remember, I also mentioned at the start of this video that you need a Facebook page. So this is going to be my Facebook page right here. So I can use either off because I have two Facebook pages that is linked to this account. So I'm going to select, let's say this one, doesn't really matter. Currently, I do not have a Instagram page attached or Instagram account attached to the account, but if you have one, you can go ahead and select your Instagram page or connect account. All right, ad setup. So here is where we're going to create our first ad for our campaign. So here we have format. So we have single image or video. So this means if you have a video of your business or you're highlighting something in regards to your business and it's in a video format, then you can choose video here. If not, we can go with single image. Carousel is if you have multiple images that you want to show, then you can also go ahead and do that. What we're going to do is we're going to select single image. If we go down further, we see add creative. So this is where we're going to add our image, or you can create a video. So we're going to do add video here. Sorry, we're going to do add image here. Very likely you're not going to have anything inside this section. So if you have images on your computer in a folder, then you can just simply click on upload. So once you click on upload, just navigate to where your images are, and then you can upload or import your image into Facebook. All right, now another option here, and I'm just gonna go sideswipe a little bit, is we have a tool or a website called canva.com. And what canva.com does, it allows you to create simple Facebook images or Facebook posts or Facebook cover or even for Facebook ads in a matter of minutes. So if I do Facebook ads here, you can choose an ad and you can customize it the way you want. So if you're, let's say, in the fitness business, you can go ahead and create your ad, and once you're done, you can download it to your desktop and then import it into Facebook. Again, quite simple. And if you're not familiar with Canva or know how to use Canva, you can just simply Google and go to canva.com, play around with it. All right, where am I? All right, so we're back to here. And also one more thing with Canva. With Canva, you actually get the correct dimension for your Facebook ads. All right, let's get back over to here. All right, so in this I'm going to go ahead and choose SEO because we also provide SEO services for our business. And we can have different orientation. So we can have vertical. It's not highlighted at the moment. We could have square. And square gives you a bigger real estate on your ad. So I would normally choose square versus vertical, but you can go ahead and choose either or both. Enhancement, we can go ahead and click on enhancement and then we can click on done. All right, so now that we have our ad in place, let's go ahead and write our ad copy. So remember in Facebook, when you're scrolling, you always see text above the image. So this is pretty much where you're going to put it. So we can do something like, is your website fully, and I'm just doing it by here, fully optimized for Google search engine. And notice it comes up over here. Is your website fully optimized for Google search engine? Then I could write something like, if not, then you could be missing out on missing out on free traffic to your website. All right, so that's just a basic ad copy for the page or for the ad. And then down here, we can have an headline, get a free consultation today. And that's going to show up down here. And then of course we can have additional description, not necessary. The destination is going to be to a website, and we can have learn more here. So we can scroll down a little bit more, and here is where you're going to put your website URL destination. So for me, I have digitalfootprintsolutions.com. So typically once somebody sees this ad on their newsfeed and they decide to click on it, then it's going to take them to my website, which is digitalfootprintsolutions.com. So here we have the call to action. So the call to action here is learn more. If you have a sign up form, then your call to action tab would need to be, where is it? Sign up, or if it's a subscription, then you'd have subscribe, apply now. So you just click on sign up and it changes over to sign up right there. For me, I'm just going to put learn more, and that's it. So languages, we're going to choose all languages. So it's just going to stay as default, which is going to attract everybody. If you want to be specific and just want English speaking or Spanish, then you can just go ahead and select your language here. Now tracking, this has to do with a pixel, and I will do a separate video on that at a later date. It's more on the advanced stages, so do not pay much attention to this. It does not apply to your ad being promoted on Facebook. Once we're done with all of that, we can go ahead and click on publish. So your ad is now complete. We can click on the X right there. Okay, so obviously my ad is not showing here because I have this as the a filter. So I'm just going to remove it. And here we see in review. So what happens is once you've completed the process of creating your ad campaign, it goes into the review stage. So Facebook actually reviews your ad to ensure that it complies with Facebook policies and guidelines. Once that happens, usually within 24 hours, sometimes a lot less, but usually within 24 hours, then your ad will become active. Now, to edit something in your ad, then you want to either go to your campaigns level, your ad set level, or your ads level. For the most part, you're either going to be in the ad set level or the ads level. So if you want to, let's say, change your target location or you want to change your audience, then you go into ad set. Once you're there, you can click on this little pencil right here to the right, and then you're now in your ad set level. And you can go ahead and modify or change whatever you need to change inside this ad set level. All right, so I just noticed something just now. Remember when I was in the ad set level, I think I had changed the date of my start time. So let me go ahead and do that. So let's go into edit. Once you're into edit, let's scroll down to start time, and we're going to do the start time as current, so which is today's date. Then we're going to hit on publish. All right, we can X out of that. It's going to go into the review stage again, because once you do any type of edit to your ad campaign, it's going to go into the review stage. And within a few minutes, or as I said, sometimes within 24 hours, your ad will either be accepted and approved or rejected. If it's rejected, then obviously something does not comply and you need to do an edit to your campaign. All right, so that's it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. And until then, I'll see you next time.